WDJRR.
I know. I saw that in the chat. We get some awesome YouTube comments. So I just want to thank everybody out there. It's turning into a really cool community. Someone's calling me DJ Ryan, so I had to drop some bass.
DJRR.
DJRR, right?
Yeah.
So Todd, today though, how does a Scrum Master work with management?
This might be an underrated topic. I don't think we talk about, we talk about how the Scrum Master works with a product owner and Scrum Master works with developers or not. And we talk about that quite a bit, right, Ryan? But I know this is a subject that you're especially passionate about, being the one of the course stewards for the Professional Agile Leader Essentials course.
Yeah. And so, we give a lot of lip service to a Scrum Master saying, go remove the impediments, go solve the team problems, make delivery easier, on and on and on. I think what's not talked about enough is that a Scrum Master really has to partner with leadership and management in order to get a lot of those organizational impediments cleared. And so if a Scrum Master is not treating management as a partner, which oftentimes we don't see, we see Scrum Masters treating management as impediments or people who don't get it, or there's kind of this weird dynamic. But instead, the Scrum Masters who treat them as partners tend to get more impediments cleared.
Yeah. Oh, and I've made this mistake, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Rather than treating them as partners, I have treated them like the enemy, right? Because they want to interrupt. They want to come to retrospectives. They want to be involved with the teams. And I have personally lacked empathy before towards them. And I can tell you those were huge mistakes. Yeah. Right. Sitting down and working with management and having them further enable agility in the organization is really important. They have a lot of sway generally if they're in management, right?
Yeah, we dedicated a full chapter of our book, Fixing Your Scrum, to this topic because it's just not talked about enough. With Scrum Masters, the way that you work with management is incremental. You should not expect major shifts in the way that people think and work after one conversation. You're gonna spend months or even years working with leadership and management, bringing them along the agile path. And you know what? They might teach you something as well. These people have been around a long time. They understand the company. They understand how the rules are played. They know where the bodies are. They can certainly help you be successful as well if you treat them like a partner rather than as a pest. I think the other thing we really have to do as a Scrum Master working with management is learn what each manager values and what they need and fulfill that need, right? If you have a manager that wants to know the details and the data, find ways to give them details and data, but then start mixing in some of the agile metrics that we prefer, right? Really but really be zeroed in on what do they need from me? What does this manager need to be successful? How do I get them comfortable with agility? What do they need to see from new processes and practices to feel comfortable and successful with what we're doing? And the more you do that, right? Service is not just to the product owner and the dev team. That's easy, right? Those roles, those people already believe in what you're trying to do. But if you can actually provide a servant leadership mentality towards management and speak about things in terms that they care about and meet the needs that they have in the organization using agile practices and ideas, I think you're going to be wildly successful. At least create the opportunity to be wildly successful.
Yeah. And, another angle on this too is that management creates the boundaries for which self-management happens.
Yep.
Right. And so we say boundaries. Sometimes it could be budget. Sometimes that could be a boundary. Sometimes a boundary could be even from like a higher level perspective. We're using Java as a technology stack or .NET as a technology stack. Organized within there. I've worked with management to help reorganize a department, right? And they provided a few boundaries. Every team has to deliver a done increment that can be shippable by the end of every sprint. They've created those kinds of boundaries for which teams can self-manage. And then really good agile leaders help to protect the self-management of a Scrum team, right? Yeah. And then enable the self-management of a Scrum team. So I think that what our hope is probably by watching this is we've given some ideas, but when's the last time you sat down with management and had a conversation with them to understand how they feel? When have you gotten outside of your comfort zone within the Scrum team, Ryan? We talked about Scrum bubble. When have you popped that a little bit and want to understand where everybody, where these managers are at with things in the organization and how you can, like Ryan was saying, help them. So take this as a challenge. Right?
Yeah. If you haven't talked to them in a while, talk to them. If you haven't asked them what they need, see what they need. But I really think the more that
Ryan sneezes
I think management has flared up my allergies. Right? No, I loved being in the role. And what I really appreciated was when Scrum Masters would speak in terms that mattered to me. And if we can shift our message a little bit and be a great partner, I think that goes a long way. So take some of these ideas, some suggestions. If you haven't talked to leadership and management in a while, schedule that. Put some follow-up questions below. Maybe hey, we've tried some things. It's not going great, and maybe some more videos here are warranted, but I think we're good for now, Todd. And so what I'm going to do is swap us over. I'm going to take this banner away. I'm going to bring us over to the end panel. Look, we got a lot of stuff on social media. Make sure you check that out. Like and subscribe. So that when we drop a new show, we got a lot of new content coming. Todd, we might actually have a new series of show emerging. We just talked to some people over the weekend. Might actually have some new ideas here. We got Agile Metrics. We have Craft Brewed Agile. We have Fixing Your Kanban, Fixing Your Scrum, Your Daily Scrum. A lot more things coming along the way. Like and subscribe so you do not miss a single one of them. Check out the videos below. The algorithm believes that they could be helpful to you. And you know what? I'm Ryan Ripley. That was Todd Miller. We're going to go Scrum on. We hope you go Scrum on. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you.